Built alongside the beautiful Mullet Arena in March of 2022, we welcome you into the Mountain America Credit Union Community Iceplex along Tanner Buck. I am Liam Cohane, and Tanner, we cannot wait to bring you this game between the Utah Utes and the home Arizona State University Sun Devils. Tanner, what do you got for some key points tonight?
We're in for one exciting game, and we've got the #1 team in the Western Conference, 12-4 Utah Utes, going up against #8 nationally ranked Arizona State. One thing we can't wait to see is the matchup between the goalies. For Arizona State, starting, we have Maya Gleister. Gleister's 3-0 in her last two games. She's 3-0 in her last three games, including the 5-0 shutout against Lake Superior this Sunday. For the Utes is number 32, Robinson Prefontaine. She's 6-0 on the season and with a GAA of 1.99, average giving up 2 goals per game and only giving up 4 goals once this season. So it'll be exciting to see how our offense does and how good our defense can hold up against their offense. With 4 players, they have 4 players over double-digit points, as we have 3 players with over double-digit points.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that this game's going to really come down to who can find the back of the net more often and get past these 2 studs of goalies, as we have Maya Gleister, and Robinson Prefontaine. This is going to be a matchup of the goalies for sure. It's just going to be who's going to get past the stone walls.
Yeah, those top 4 players, Sonia Chairman, 13 assists, 8 goals, and 21 points on the season, leads the team. Like I said, 3 more players with double-digit points this season. One thing we'll wait to see is how will ASU do and how will they hold up against this Utes offense that's coming at them. So we'll see the defense and the offense work together, and we'll see what happens.
As we finish off the beautiful national anthem, we get ready for a puck drop between the Utes and the Sun Devils. Again, as you said, and as we've talked about so far, these Utah Utes have really just been sparked by their top 3 scorers in Sonia Charman, Catherine Zishuk, and Kendall Ketchum. Sonia Charman is the only player on this team above 20 points, and she sits with 8 goals, 13 assists in just 16 games played.
You know, we talked about these top 4 players. I mean, they also have several players. Their next 5 players have 6 goals scored. So we really got to see how strong and how well this Arizona defense can be and apply the pressure. If they get past the blue line in their zone, can we make it easier on Gleister to not have to worry about as many shots? And can we apply pressure on their defense and their goalie, who's 6-0? That's the biggest thing. Who can keep it in each other's zone longer?
Yeah, going back to the game on Sunday against Lake Superior State, the Sun Devils were super strong behind their own net. I thought it was something that they excelled at compared to Lake Superior State, which allowed them to break out very easily and create 3 offensive rushes in which they scored on all 3 in that third period, and it allowed them to take a 5-0 win and just really pushing them through to beat Lake Superior State and give them no chance of coming back. As we cut to center ice for the puck drop between Bray Powell and number 5, Sonia Charman. Face-off is won back, and the Sun Devils gain possession. Moving up ice right away, we've got Liv Lavelle. Lavelle sends one towards the net, but just whiffs wide. To the corners is Kachuk. The Sun Devils regain possession. Lost in the corner, scooped right back up to the point. Shot just deflected wide there by Dezaine. Utah looking to get it out of their zone, and they do. Charman now with a 2-on-1 rush alongside number 11, Zishuk. towards the net, fires, rebound shot, big save by Glaister. Beautiful way to start the game for Glaister, building some early confidence, but a rough way to start for that Arizona defensive unit holding that blue line as they break out the zone. Taylor Berlemeyer just tries to chip one deep to no avail as back up the ice come the Utes. Up now is Ella Bynum. Bynum tries to dish past the defender to no avail. Now here come the Sun Devils the other way. Cameron Devaney. Devaney sends one towards the net, just wide. Moving around the boards now. Picking it up low is Bray Powell. Powell towards the net. Dumps one back to the defenseman, and that one's blocked by Bynum. Devaney now. Devaney towards the middle of the ice. Shot towards the net, just wide again. Berlemeyer can't find the net. Devaney yet again. This one to the point to Draper. Draper tripped up, no call. And the Utes are going to clear the zone. Utes able to get all four of their 5 on the ice to get a line change as they dump it in, and here come the last stragglers. ASU now moving it out of their zone. Coming up the ice is Sam Murphy. Murphy looks towards the net, can't find a stick, so she comes around. Murphy finds the middle of the slot. Shot just wide again, this time by Coons. Arizona State just yet to hit the net so far in this game, and they could have easily 5 shots on net as the Utes get the puck off the missed shot and take it the other way. But here comes Arizona State back up their own end. Coming towards the net, Kaylee Leibold coming off of a 2-point game on Sunday against Lake Superior State. Leibold sends one towards the net. This one's retrieved by Ashley Patterson. Patterson bodied by Leibold. And Arizona State regains possession. Coming the other way is Kylie Brown. Sends one behind the net of Prefontaine, and she'll cover up.
You know, I think ASU was able to shift the momentum that after that breakaway. I mean, you saw Chairman get that puck and really get a shot off the second she got into the ASU zone. I think it was good. We were able to settle down. And then next 2 more times after that, when they tried to get out, we crashed the boards and were able to get back in our zone and get some shots off. I think that's what we need to see more from this ASU offense. Yeah, the ASU offense has been able to send about 7 shots towards the net, but have only gotten 1 on net. And that can play a deep factor into getting past Prefontaine as Utah comes the other way, sends a shot towards the net, saved by Glaister. Utah regains possession. They move it back up to the point from D-man to D-man. Shot coming. Big save there by Glaister. That one off the stick of Brent. Arizona State regains possession. Coming up the ice now for them is Sophie Sears. Sears cuts to the middle, but met by a defenseman. And regaining possession is Brent. Brent moves it up the ice to Bynum. Brent regains possession and sends one towards the net of Glaister. Arizona State recovering in their own end. Dancing behind her net is Mara Draper. She gets it out of the zone, and a regroup coming for the Utes. But no, Paige Bryan has other plans. Coming up the ice, dicing towards the wall, and she's bodied and penalty called. This one's going against Slack on the Utes. Brian with a nice steal on that takeaway. You know, Utes had to shut it down, across the boards, but it's a good thing we have a face-off. Let's see if it's in the Utes zone, and let's see if ASU can capitalize and score.
Yeah, maybe a little retaliation play there from the Utes there. Caused turnover and unhappy defenders as Brown's going to get it off the face-off, cutting towards the middle. Shot on net from Berlemeyer, just deflected wide. Retrieving it is Leibold. Up to Draper. Draper rink wide to Brown. Brown sends one towards the net. Save, blockered away by Prefontaine. Going back towards the net was Sam Murphy, but picked off from the stick of Morgan Lavelli. And the ASU Sun Devils will have to regroup in their own end. Swinging around her net is Bray Powell, gaining speed. Moves it up ice to Leibold. Leibold looks for Powell. Just a little far, but Powell able to regain possession. Arizona State trying to set up a power play here. Leibold over up top to Devaney. Devaney towards the net. Off the pad of LaFontaine. And cleared again, this time from Zechuk. Arizona State having to break out yet again as Glaister plays it behind her net. The Sun Devils try to go rink wide. That was Bree Powell, but hit by the stick of Ella Bynum. And now the Sun Devils, led by Cameron Devaney, come up ice. Devaney moves it to Paige Bryan. Bryan over to Dezane. Dezane with it now towards the point. Moves it rink wide. This one to Brown. Devaney on the rebound, tied up in front of the net. Great play there by Megan Fish, saving an easy goal for the Sun Devils. Regaining possession now is Paige Bryan. Bryan over to Streak. Shot towards the net. This one's won't get there as it's blocked by Addison Greenwood. Glaister playing it behind her net again with 8 seconds left on the Sun Devil power play, looking for one last rush in which they won't get, as the pressure from Haley Smith is just too much for this Arizona defense. And Utah is back to even strength.
To be fair, Liam, I thought ASU got some good shots on that power play. If Georgia Dezane is just right there, his second sooner, I think off that rebound, we easily could have been a 1-0 game right now.
100%. Couldn't agree more with you. But Prefontaine stopped everything that came her way. A solid penalty kill from her, and an even better one from the defenders and forecheckers of the Utes, as Arizona State looking to get out of their zone for the first time in over 30 seconds, and they can't. Going behind the net with it now is Sam Murphy. Murphy up the wall, picked off by the Utes, and they're just going to send it right back down low. Arizona State needing to get new people on the ice, and Glaister covers it up. A smart play. Arizona State's going to get 3 new forwards out there.
You know, we're going to get a fresh line for ASU. You know that line's tired from the last power play. Get some energy and try to get this out of our zone and get some momentum going.
Yeah, ASU gets out one of their top lines, led by Cameron Devaney, who has 12 points on the year, tied for the team lead in points, as they're going to win this faceoff and get a breakout coming up ice. Devaney now looking for a breakaway. Gets the puck from the dish from Powell. Powell now towards the middle. Powell's going to send one on net. Nice save by Robinson Prefontaine.
I think you talked about Devaney being the second in points. I think you can see why. She got ahead of the defense, stood her ground, and was able to be patient enough to wait for her teammate to get behind her and set up a good pass for a shot.
Yeah, Cameron Devaney is easily a quarterback for this Arizona State offense. She was the reason that play was set up, as she gets the puck off the faceoff, sends one backdoor, but just wide off the stick of Bray Powell. Powell now coming around the net. She's going to go to the point. She's got Dezane. Dezane sends one towards the net, but it's blocked by Smith. And Utah will clear the zone and send one into the Arizona State zone. Dezane now picking it up behind her net. Dezane building speed. She's going to dish it up, but picked off by Slack. And Utah breaks out again, this time to Smith. Smith now can't make a pass. And coming the other way is Taylor Berlmeyer. Berlmeyer chips one, but stopped again by Smith, having a great shift, as she's going to send one behind the net of Glaister. Glaister forced herself to play it. Utah with a ton of offensive pressure here, making it really hard for this Arizona State team to cleanly get out of their zone.
Finally, they got it out. Let's see if they can keep it, but it looks like Utah has more numbers in their own zone right now.
Yeah, right on cue as Arizona State was able to get it out, but once they do, Emma Achel just gets it and clears it right back out. And here come the Sun Devils, finally getting some speed, come the other way. This time, it's Sophie Sears, and she's poked away at the blue line. Sears battling with Edwards. Edwards chips it out. Arizona State forced to regroup in the neutral zone. Ruby DeLees. DeLees cutting wide, and she's met at the blue line. Utah really holding their blue line very well in this game, as a shot sent towards the net there by Paige Bryan is sticked away by Prefontaine. Clearing the zone for the Utes is Kendall Ketchum. Ketchum putting a ton of pressure on these defensemen, and Arizona State showing some fatigue in their own end, needing a whistle is their defenseman. Not getting one, actually getting worst case scenario, puck kept in their own end. As Utah holds possession, shot towards the net, sticked away, won't get there. Another shot, this one saved by Glaister with the glove, flashes the leather.
You know, I think ASU's done a good job not getting to get some clean shots off, but Utah's really dominant in this last minute. Every time ASU would try to get to their zone, You know, they've really put the pressure on them with their defense and collapsed on whoever has the puck. I think ASU needs to get some quicker passes off and have the numbers going into Utah's zone to have a good chance.
Yeah, definitely need a little better decision-making from behind their net. I may have jinxed them as I brought it up. That was a key point of how they played so well defensively against Lake Superior State. This time they get in the zone, and it's blocked off the shot, and Morgan Lavelli's the one to block it. Come the other way are the Utes with heavy pressure, and Arizona State clears the zone. Picking it up is Kylie Brown, but sticked away there by Haley Smith. Smith to her partner Lavelli. Lavelli looks up ice, has nobody, and sending it in the end of the Utes is Sam Murphy, and then gets a quick change. But here's a puck in front. Kylie Brown shoots just wide. Kylie Brown looking for her third goal in just 3 periods of play. And here comes Smith now for the Utes. Smith tries to dice through the defenseman, but is caught off sides. Face-off coming by the Arizona State bench.
Talk about a thriller. Even with a 2-minute advantage in that zone, Kylie Brown able to get the puck and really give ASU a good chance.
Yeah, Kylie Brown just read the defenseman of the Utes just like a children's book. She's able to pick off that pass, send one towards the net, but just misses wide. Story of the game so far. And going behind there now, the Sun Devils here. Again, ton of pressure being provided by the Utes, and it's causing a lot of harm for the Sun Devils as they finally clear the zone towards the net. Here comes Draper. Draper is poked wide by the stick of Taylor Wenzik. Or excuse me, that was Brent behind the net now. Devaney. Devaney looks to the point. From D to D, this time is Draper. Draper to Devaney. Devaney can't get a shot off. Puck just a little behind her. And Sonia Charman tries to clear, but can't. Puck towards the net. Looking for a tip off of Devaney's stick, but Devaney tied up. And Zetchuk takes it the other way and dumps it in to the Arizona State zone. Picking up behind her net and moving it up with speed is Sam Murphy. Sam Murphy cutting in. Shot just blocked in front of the net by Fish. Picking it up behind the net for the Sun Devils, but eventually losing it was Kylie Labelt. And Bynen's going to get it past the red line for the Utes, but cannot get it in. Sam Murphy retrieves, but eventually turns it over.
I mean, these Sun Devils, they've been able to get in their zone, but like this Utes defense has been smothering them once you get in the middle.
Yeah, the Utes defense with a clear game plan is don't let the Sun Devils to the middle as Kylie Brown gets one. She's going to turn around, looks for a D-man, finds one. D to D this time. It goes rink wide to DeLise. Her shot's blocked. A ton of blocked shots being generated by the Utes. They are not scared to take the rubber to the shins as they clear the zone yet again. Retrieving it for the Sun Devils is Sophie Sears and moving it back to her defenseman. Trying to move it up ice there. It was Hannah Coons, and again sticked away by Sonia Charman, the star of this Utes offense. Back and forth play happening in the neutral zone here. As a ton of pressure by Zetchuk, causing a fumble, and Hannah Coons recovers behind her net. She's going to look up ice and just can't clear the zone again. This pressure from the Utes is just phenomenal.
Oh, they've been all over. ASU can't even get it past their red line right now. The Utes just smothering them on defense.
ASU's got to think about icing one soon with the amount of pressure being generated by these Utes. As retrieving on the wall is Stoddard. Stoddard can't get it out. Shot towards the net by Morgan Lavelli, just wide. And all of the Utes change, so Arizona State finally gets it out. Will get the red line, but can't get it in deep. Lavelli now retrieving it from behind her net. Looks up ice, but throws it behind the net to her D-man partner, Madison Brent. Brent tries to clear. Arizona State holds the line. Rink-wide pass, D to D to Claire Bolin. Her shot's blocked on its way to the net, and Utah recovers behind their net. Scooping it for the Sun Devils is Olsen. Olsen tries to get to Devaney to no avail, as coming the other way is the Utes. Dicing through the middle is number 18 for the Utes, but has no option but to dump it in. Devaney now getting a generous pass from the Utes to clear the zone. She's just going to send one on net. A little flutter puck is going to be saved and covered by Robinson Prefontaine.
That's a smart heads-up play by Devaney. You know, things are kind of scattered on the offense. Just get it into the goal and try to get a face-off in their zone. I mean, they've had trouble just sustaining a possession in the Ute zone. Maybe this is a shot where they control it on the top and not try to force anything that's unneeded.
That might be the first shot on goal since our last stoppage of play, which was the flashing of the leather by Glaister. Just a lot of neutral zone play that hasn't really generated many shots. Arizona State now in their own end. Chip pass out in front to Berlmeyer. Berlmeyer tries to gain the zone. No offsides called, questionable no call there, as Utah is going to regain possession and head up into the Sun Devil zone. Behind their net, moving it up ice, it's Devaney. Devaney with some numbers, 4-on-2 rush for the Sun Devils. Devaney, rink wide to Berlmeyer. Berlmeyer towards the net, big blocker save by Prefontaine. Devaney now to the point man. It's DeLise. DeLise towards the net. Saved by Prefontaine. Back towards the net. Rebound spits out there. But Prefontaine just able to get a glove on it.
I think those are going to be ASU's best chances. I mean, we've seen that either on breakaways or the rebound off shots. You know, if it's isolated and the Utes have numbers, they've been swarming. Everyone at ASU has the puck, so if we can beat them with speed or on the rebound pass, we'd have a good chance.
Yeah, I like this approach here from Arizona State. They're going to send out another one of their top lines after a longer shift from the Devaney line as they can regain some more offensive zone possession. Sending one towards the net and almost deflected in was Sam Murphy, but picked up by the stick of Charman, and she's going to ice it down as Utah needs to find an answer for this offensive pressure of the Sun Devils. Sam Murphy joined by Kaylee Labelt and Kylie Brown, the two double goal scorers from the game at last Sunday, which was on the Mullet Ice Rink. As faceoff is one to Brown. Brown tries to get back to DeLise. DeLise whiffs, but able to recover as she's going to head down to Murphy. Murphy moving behind the net, looks in front of the net for Brown, but sticked away. And now towards the net, Labelt. Big save there by Prefontaine. As DeLise now sends one towards the net. And Utah tries to clear, but having other choices is Hannah Coons. Hannah Coons keeps it in the zone, but Utah able to recover, and they clear the zone. Regroup coming now for Kaylee Labelt and the Sun Devils. She sends one up the boards right towards the Utes. A turnover that could have been costly, but she gets it back herself, and dumping it in is Taylor Berlmeyer. Going behind her net, gaining speed, is number 15, Kendall Ketchum. Ketchum coming up the ice with numbers. She's got Bynum with her, sending one towards the net, but blockered away and later covered by Glaister.
You know, I think ASU, Ketchum being one of their top scorers, got in their zone. ASU did a good job putting a stick on it and not letting her get a clean shot on our goal.
Yeah, very, very smart defensive play there. Not giving her the middle of the ice, which she clearly wanted, as she cut around and sliced through the middle up until she got past that blue line, forcing an awkward shot and an easy save for Glaister as Arizona State's working it behind their net, trying to clear yet again. Arizona State, they do clear. This one to Berlmeyer. Berlmeyer to Devaney. Devaney dumps one in. Berlmeyer chases. She's going to pick up possession behind the net. Behind the back pass to Devaney. Devaney looping around, cuts towards the net. Shot just blocked in front of the net by Bynum. Bynum's going to try to chip it out of the zone. She finds the stick of Ariel Carlston. Carlston's going to clear, but quickly turning it back over is Sam Murphy. Sam Murphy with no numbers, so she turns around and looks for some, and she has some now. Coming up the ice is Kate Streak. Streak sends one towards the net. Robinson Prefontaine covers it up with 3:37 left to go in the first period. Arizona State just shuffling between their top two lines as they have been the only lines to successfully gain some offensive zone time. As Kylie Brown's going to get a shot just over the net. A shot from the prime time slot. Cannot find the net, as holding the line here for the Sun Devils but later turning it over was Mara Draper. Leibold now recovering. Leibold turns around looking for numbers. She finds one, but picked off by the stick of Sophie Dorval. Arizona State recovers and sends one behind the net of Prefontaine.
I think that was a huge play by Leibold, taking that puck back into their zone.
Zachuk clears one, but won't get too far as Kylie Brown chips one into their zone. Slack now with it, moving D, but here's a chance in front of the net for Liv Lavelle. Liv Lavelle with a nice move, but can't get a shot off. And Kelsey Olson behind the net, recovering. With it now is Paige Bryan. Bryan with time, moves it to the point. It's DeLise. DeLise slap shot towards the net, gloved by Robinson Prefontaine. Arizona State showing some heavy pressure, and this time from a line that's not one of their top two.
Liam, I think they're starting to figure this defense out a little bit. You know, of course, in the beginning, it takes a little bit of time to feel that defense out, but I think, you know, the more they keep playing, the more they'll get better.
Yeah, 100%. They're finding a lot of success in the perimeter play as DeLise tries to send one in. She can't hold the line, or she does, excuse me. A beautiful hold there, and retrieving it behind her net is Fish. Fish, whistle blown. Penalty called. Who's this on? Looks to be against the Utes. And it is. Headed to the box is number 8 for the Utah Utes. A costly penalty to take in such a desperate time in the first period. 2 minutes left, almost spending a guaranteed rest of the period on the penalty kill if they can successfully kill it. Face-off is won to Kylie Brown. Kylie Brown looking to set up in her sweet spot. She's going to send one towards the net just wide and batted down by Berlemeyer. Berlemeyer finds Leibold. Leibold searching for options, trying not to force a play as she goes back to Draper. Draper to Leibold. Leibold towards the net, just deflected wide off the stick of Brent. Now it heads over to Kylie Brown. Giving her no time are the Utes and Ella Bynum, but she finds Draper. Draper cross it to Leibold, just in the feet, can't get a shot off. A nice look from Draper as Leibold looks for options behind the net. Leibold now, bringing it up ice. Cutting towards the middle, drops one for Draper. Draper with a shot lane, she's gonna take it. Shot towards the net, just wide. Had the spot, but just missed it by a couple inches. Leibold now taking quarterback. She's gonna head towards the net. Dangles pass and another shot that just misses the net. Arizona State needs to find the net to generate a good scoring chance on this power play in which they've held possession the entire time until now as the Utes clear the zone.
You know, they had some good chances in there. Leibold was in there making some good shots. I mean, they're moving the puck pretty well around. Let's see in these 44 seconds if they can find the same success.
Designed now, coming towards the middle of the ice. She's gonna drop one for Streak. Streak to Devaney. Devaney towards the net. Can't find a stick. Bounces out. Another shot that just misses wide and gets all the way back to the Arizona zone. Picking it up is Kate Streak. Streak now. She finds Devaney. Devaney cross ice feed to Powell. Powell sends one to the net. On net. And rebound pops out. Prefontaine with a beautiful save. She stood on her head the entire period.
I think that's one thing you can say about our offense is that you cannot blink. You blink and we're already shooting twice again.
Yeah, that's just something that happens with the Arizona State offense. They are just so quick to recover the puck when pucks dish out in front of the net as Devaney is going to try to send one towards the net, looking for a cross-ice feed, no one home. Sonia Charman tries to clear, but gets caught in the feet of Bray Powell, but eventually finds his way back to Charman, and she'll clear the zone. Utah finds their way back to full strength. Devaney behind her own net. Moves it up the wall. Picked off here by Ketchum. Ketchum sends one into the zone. Looking towards the net. Shot, but just behind or past the buzzer. And it's saved anyway by Glaister. That'll wrap up the first period of play from Mountain America Community Iceplex. We'll see you in the second.
Hi, thank you for tuning into Intermission as we send it to Kai for the Intermission interview.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inferno TV. My name's Kai Jenagabe, joined alongside me, Brian Powell. It's been a very physical game up on the far end boards and on the near side. What's the game plan going into the second period to kind of combat that physicality that Utah's played?
Yeah, I mean, I think that our team has a lot of speed, so we were just chatting about it in the locker room. We're just going to come out hard and move our feet and use that time and space that we can create because we're such a fast team.
Of course, a couple of miscued passes here and there, especially on Utah's side. What's the game plan to fix some of those as well?
Yeah, I think we're just going to, again, create space and create more passing lanes. We're a very skilled team, so we can kind of bounce off of each other and jump into open space to make sure that we're getting those tape-to-tape passes for the shots.
Gotcha. And the aggressive and physicalityness that you guys have played with all season long, of course, 20 points in the independent. What's the mindset for you guys coming into this game?
Yeah, so I think, we've played Utah before, very physical team, and we are also a very physical team. So we can play against each other with physicality, and we can also use that to our advantage, get our bodies in lanes, eliminate their players before they can get the puck, and then roll off of that and get some shots.
Awesome. Best of luck to you guys. Back to you guys over there at the desk.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, that was so funny.
Thank you, Kai. I think that was great analysis from Kyla. I think that's what we've been talking about is Utah plays very physical and they play fast, but also ASU can do the same thing. And as long as they don't rush it, just be patient and get the right passes on. I think that first period was a good page to see where each team was at, and we saw some excitement.
Yeah, I think everything that Bray Powell just said to Kai was pretty much correct. I mean, they were both really physical teams, but I do think I'd take Arizona State in the skill aspect of, being able to cut inside and getting away from the pressure. But again, she said they have been needing to find passing lanes, what they've struggled with so much in the first period. But we'll see you in the second period after intermission. Welcome back in for puck drop of period 2 as Arizona State and the Utah Utes are tied up at 0 as the Utes are going to gain possession off the draw but give it right back to the Sun Devils. Dezained moving up ice. She cuts out wide, tries to find a driving lane. Will not find one. Keeps going along the half wall. She's going to try to move it to the middle. To no avail. She's going to get it right back, though. Shot coming towards the net by the Sun Devils. That was Claire Bolin, and the Utes clear. Dezaine back to get it. Trying to go towards the middle is Dezaine, but Charman with heavy pressure, causing her to fumble it. And a quick pass here from D to D, almost picked off by the stick of Kelsey Olsen. And the Utes can't find a shot lane, and a questionable change here from Madison Brent leaves a 2-on-2 rush for the Sun Devils, and getting bodied there was Kelsey Olsen herself. And whistle blown for maybe the net coming off.
You know, it's early, but it's a good way to set the tone, not letting any shots off in the first few minutes of this period. ASU able to get 1 or 2 shots off in the zone.
Puck will come to the right side of Robinson Prefontaine. Face-off won by the Utes, rimming it along up to the half wall. But pressure from Mara Draper keeps that in. Draper's going to find the puck back at the point. Slap shot towards the net. Tipped by Devaney and hits the glass behind Prefontaine. Arizona State in a puck battle along the wall. Shot towards the net there by Kate Streak as it popped out. Devaney now sending one right back towards the net. Hits the stick of, looks to be, can't see from this angle, but a beautiful tip there as ASU holds the line, but the Utes get it out. And coming the other way is Bynan. Bynan met at the blue line, and Arizona State looking to transition to some offense. Puck chipped out there by Kate Streak, but kept right at the line by Addison Greenwood and eventually iced the length of the ice. Icing called.
Applying pressure at the blue line is something this defense has needed to do even last period, and it's really showed in these first few possessions of this second period.
Face off again to the blocker side of Prefontaine. Taking it for ASU is Sam Murphy. Murphy wins it back. Shot towards the net by Brown. Just misses wide on the blocker side of Prefontaine. Brown sends one down low. Pressure here by Sam Murphy. Murphy sticks one away. Chasing it is Label and Brown. Label recovers. But no, picked off here by the Utes. Come the other way is number 15, Kendall Ketchum. Losing her stick is Ruby DeLise. She finds herself in a heated puck battle, but here comes Brown the other way. Brown tries to toe drag and snake through the defenders, but it's sticked away, and Label finds it. Label trying to move up to the point. Puck bounces in the air. Label can't retrieve it, and forced to regroup yet again as the Sun Devils. Spin move by Hannah Kuntz. Eventually passes it on, dishes it cross ice to Sophie Sears. Puck blown, or whistle blown for a puck stoppage.
You know, I love the sense of urgency shown by this ASU defense. Getting past the blue line, they have that priority to get on the puck. I mean, even DeLise loses her stick and is still able to put a body on the person, on the Ute with the puck.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister there.
Yeah.
Utah Utes, that'll get you. Face-off take by Sophie Sears for the Sun Devils. They will retrieve possession but lose it quickly, and the Utes clear their zone. The Utes now regrouping. Arizona State able to maintain the pressure in which they have all game, and a nice stick play there by Georgia Dezained keeps the Utes from gaining the line, and taking a puck to the chest this time is Claire Bolin. Or, pardon me, that was Stoddard. Arizona State clears their zone. Moving up ice is Levesque. Levesque met at the line, but eventually dumps it in. And the Utes looking to find some sort of offense, unable to generate any shots so far, as here comes Charman, leading goal scorer for the Utes. She whiffs on one. That was her best opportunity of the game so far. And the Utes just have to send one behind the net of Glaister. Trying to go up ice there was Stoddard, or pardon me, Bolin. And she finds nobody. Glaister plays it again behind her net, picked up this time by Dezane. Dezane looking for options. She finds Paige Bryan. Bryan looks for the middle, no one there. And Dezane with it back on her stick with pressure brought from Haley Smith.
You know, I like the patience I've seen from ASU a lot more in this period. No rushing into the Utes zone. Just kind of trying to gather their bearings and collect numbers before they go into the Utah zone.
Yeah, they're waiting for the opportunities to find themselves here instead of trying to force pucks towards the net. A very smart offensive strategy, as sounds like they just heard me right there, as they send one towards the net with no one there, and the Utes easily clear with numbers headed up ice. Cross ice feed. This one goes to Bynan. Bynan snakes through the zone. She's met right at the blue line. A nice body by Burlmeyer. And Arizona State will get it out of their zone as it finds the stick of Clara Slack. Arizona State, turnover at the blue line, shot towards the net. Big save by Prefontaine, trickles loose, but Devaney can't find the rebound, and Prefontaine stands tall yet again. Quick shot there from Burlmeyer off the neutral zone turnover. As you get a look here, Burlmeyer finds one, squeaks through, but Prefontaine feels the pressure. And we're going to send it
as we'll send it ringside to Kaimanakai Janagabis.
Welcome everybody back to Inferno TV. My name's Kai Janagabis, and again, this game has been aggressive and physical. However, one of the biggest stories of this game is that earlier today we were supposed to see Quinn Eatinger suit up to be the goalkeeper tonight, potentially for Arizona State. However, she went up to the ice saying she wasn't feeling well, so instead Maya Glaster is in the game for ASU, who has put up a phenomenal performance here tonight. And so far, she's coming off a huge shutout win over Lake Superior State on Sunday, with ASU winning 5-0. And if Maya Glaster does continue that shutout streak tonight, it'd be her third of the season. It's been a phenomenal game, but I want to go back to you guys over there at the desk.
Yeah, in that interview you saw tripped up there at the blue line were the Sun Devils, and number 26, that's Ella Bynan, finds her way to the penalty box, and Arizona State gets their third power play of the day. Face-off won, though, by Charman, and the Utes will send it behind the net of Glaister. Looking to come up ice together is Labelt. Labelt finds Brown. Brown gains the line. She sends one towards the net. Prefontaine sticks it away. And Arizona State gets the puck right back. At the line now is Draper. Draper down to Brown. Brown to Draper again. Draper looking for a shot lane. Can't find one. Sends it rink wide to Brown. Brown tries to send one towards the net, but it's blocked there before it can get there. And Arizona State again with it, playing some perimeter offense here. Labelt now on the wall. Labelt getting hard pressure brought to her, but picking it up is Burlmeyer. Burlmeyer finds one in front of the net. Can't bury, just whiffs on it, finds its way to the corner. Puck trickles in front of the net, and Prefontaine stands tall again.
You know, ASU around trying to be patient. I like they're not forcing anything, but Utah's really stood tall in this power play. Unlike the last few power plays, they haven't been able to find many shots, and ASU just trying to find that hole in the crease, and they got close that one time, but we'll see if we can do it after this face-off.
Yeah, the Utes brought a little change up in pressure there, as Arizona State had a ton of time up until the last 10 seconds where they all just ambushed the puck and were able to force a shot towards the net for a save for Burlmeyer, as the Sun Devils retrieve possession, and Devaney rink wide. Shot for right in the slot from Paige Bryan is again patted away by Prefontaine. Getting hooked up here, and no penalty called, but a offside's called as Bray Powell takes it beyond the blue line.
Are my eyes deceiving me? I saw someone with 2 sticks. Are you allowed to have 2 sticks in hockey? I feel like I saw something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Definitely can't do that one.
No.
No infraction called there, though. Devaney off the faceoff, sends one back, regrouping, ends up back on the stick of Devaney. She's going to send one, rims one along the boards. It's going to find its way to Bray Powell. Powell working on the wall with pressure. Puck bounces out, this time to Streak. Streak to Powell. Powell towards the net. Can't get there, shot, they score! Cameron Devaney on the rebound. Tucks her 6th of the year, taking the team lead in points and putting the Sun Devils up 1-0.
You know, at the right place at the right time. You know, Devaney does well in the offense and really facilitates things. And, you know, they're passing around. She's happy to be in the right place at the right time, right next to the net.
Yeah, Devaney, as you see here, is able to just cash one in. A free check there as it bounces right to her stick. Prefontaine not able to get to this rebound like she has so well earlier throughout the game. And the Sun Devils lead with 12:22 left in the second.
Liam, I think that matches that game plan. You know, with Kai's interview, Kylie Leibelt talked about being patient, just finding the right spots to pass to. I think that's a fair example that we just saw.
Yeah, Powell actually gets a point there and was part of that intermission interview where she explained that they wanted to get better pucks towards the net and create more opportunities, in which she was the one to send it towards the net for Cameron Devaney's stick. And the junior cashes in on her 6th goal of the year. Icing called to face off to the left side of Prefontaine. This one's won by Charman. It's going to find its way up to Zetchuk. This no hand pass called as Utah chips it away, and Arizona State in the regroup phase yet again. Sam Murphy now looks back for the stick of Dorovinis, who actually has just 1 point in the season, looking for her next one. But body down here in the corner, whistle blown. We might get another Sun Devil power play. And we do. Heading to the box looks to be number 20. That's Ashley Patterson. No, she skates right past it. They're gonna.
Liam, you talked about Dorovinis only has 1 point. I mean, the stats don't say everything. She's a good defensive presence, and she puts a body out there to crash the boards and really get the puck moving around.
Yeah, I actually corrected my statement before. That was a power play coming up for the Utes. That's number 24, Sam Murphy, who heads to the box on a tripping call. Seems like maybe she brought the pile down, something I didn't notice, but this puck's cleared by Devaney. And the Utes setting up a power play breakout. Coming from around their net are the Utes. They clear the zone and try to get something going offensively. They cannot. They still stand with 0 shots in this second period, almost midway through and on a power play. Retrieving the puck in her own end for the Utes is Haley Smith. She's going to try to send a pass all the way up to Ariel Carlston. Ariel Carlston, as she's bodied in front of the net. Looks like maybe an awkward fall. I'm not sure about a body, but face-off coming on the blocker side of Glaister, who gets her first, you could say, shot of the period. That came from 180 feet away. Charman out there for the Utes. This is the unit that they want, as Charman leads the team with 21 points, 13 assists, and 8 goals in just 16 games, around the 1.3 point per game mark. And here come the Utes, finally able to set up a power play. Quarterbacking it is Kendall Ketchum. She's going to send one behind the net to Charman. Charman, using deception, tries to find the stick of her teammate. That was number 18. She's going to try to dish one over. This time it's Lavelli. Lavelli to Charman. Charman back to Davelli. Sends one towards the net, and it's blocked by Leibold. Leibold puts her body, lays out, gets in front of it. Charman retrieves one for the Utes. Charman met with pressure along the half wall by Hannah Coons, or excuse me, that's Paige Bryan. 0 for 2 there, actually. Kelsey Olsen with some amazing defensive pressure. And the Sun Devils get to clear. Wow. Dishing one to the middle of the ice. Bringing it in the zone for the Utes now. Shot towards the net. Glaister pads it away and gets her glove on top of it with 5 seconds left in this Arizona State penalty kill.
I think that was monumental. I mean, Utah really had a chance with this offense to really get some shots on. You know, probably only even got 2 shots on the whole power play. So
yeah.
I think ASU able to put bodies on the board and also get it out of their zone when it was needed. I mean, you saw Devaney do that. You saw Label doing a good job keeping it in the neutral zone. So, yeah.
Hey, granted, one of those shots was actually from the top of the circle of the Utes, of their own top of the circle, as this shot set towards the net and domed away by Haley Smith. And the Sun Devils catch a break out of the box from Sam Murphy. She's looking to find Bray Powell, who takes a rough fall into the board. Slow to get up, but eventually does, as Arizona State tries to hold the line and wait for Powell to get on sides. And she's going to get a change real quick here. Utah with it in their own end, trying to chip it out, but held at the line for the Sun Devils is Coons, sending one in as they're able to get some fresh bodies out. Ruby DeLees now dicing as offsides are the Sun Devils. Offside called. Face-off coming right outside the Utes zone.
You know, after that face-off and the power play, I think ASU can really regroup now and figure out a plan of attack on how to get their next goal.
Yeah, definitely want to build some more momentum, as they just had some going uphill, but then Sam Murphy takes a tripping penalty. But a very strong unit of penalty killers went out for the Sun Devils and killed off all 2 minutes of it. And now they're in the offensive zone. Hand goes up of the referee in a rough spot that we can't see from our angle. We'll see what they call. Sun Devils look a little upset with this call. So we'll see who heads to the box. Or no, this one's the Utes. Heading to the box is Addison Greenwood, the 5'5" defenseman with 4 points on the year. She heads to the box, and Cameron Devaney gets her power play unit out there alongside Bree Powell and Kelsey Olsen. At the point now, that's Streak. Streak to Powell. Powell towards the net, picked up below the net by Dezane. Dezane finds Streak. Streak towards the net. Low shot, won't get there. And the Utes slap one around the boards. Devaney able to retrieve it with hard pressure. Kate Streak able to get it now. Streak moves it cross ice. This time to Powell. Powell shot towards the net, blockered away. Saw it last second was LaFontaine. Towards the net again, looking for Devaney's stick was Dezane. She's playing offense on this shift as she's such a big body to get towards the net. Knuckle puck towards the net by Kate Streak just goes wide. And Utah looking to clear. Streak tries to hold the line, but it just gets a rough bounce over her stick. And Glaister trying to get some quick offense moving as she goes all the way out to the corner to play it. Devaney now using some speed. A lot of speed built up for Devaney. They're going to have an odd man rush here. Devaney towards the net. Finds a stick, but just wide.
Great pass towards the middle.
Sam Murphy can't find the net. Off the pass from Devaney, as dicing to the middle is Mara Draper. She's going to get back to her quarterback position. As on the wall now is Kylie Label. Label to Draper. Draper now back to Brown. Brown on her half wall. She gets bodied. Stays up though. Retrieves her puck and goes to the middle of the ice. Rink wide pass. Wow, what a save by Prefontaine.
Just over the net. Oh.
Highway robbery as this one bounces over the net. Labeled now, cross ice to Brown. Brown shot, gloved away by Prefontaine. And trying to hold the zone is Draper off of a puck that's just sent up in the air. Labeled trying to get back into the zone as quick as possible as Utah tries to get bodies out. and headed towards the net with Label. Tries to find one. Will not. Utah ices it. And looking to win the race. Icing blown off as working her tail off there was Haley Smith. She beats out the icing. And the Utes get a couple of fresh bodies out there. Behind her net now is Kara Slack. Slack up the half wall. Clean breakout as it finds the way back to Slack. Slack to the corner. Looking for some forecheckers. On it is Zechuk. D-to-D pass. Finds Coons. Coons up ice to Stoddard. Stoddard playing in her 7th game on the season as Ruby DeLeese just loses one to a bad bounce. She's going to clear the zone. Utes having to regroup. Sending one in for them is number 18. And back again is Hannah Coons retrieving. Coons looking for the stick of Levesque. She can't find it. It's going to find its way the length of the ice for an icing.
As we send it to Kai, ringside.
We're back ringside, guys. It's been an interesting game so far. We did see Brianne Powell talk a little bit about how this team looks to adjust here in the second period, and that is by getting ahead of the puck, and that is exactly what the Sun Devils have done so far in this period, and it's been one of the many reasons as to why the shots on goal stat specifically just jumps out at you. 38 shots on goal for the Sun Devils compared to the 9 for the Utah Utes. It's been an incredible game so far, but we still have a bunch more time left to play.
Thank you so much, Kai, as Arizona State gets to clear their zone. Amazing intel from Kai as Arizona State looks to maintain some offensive pressure, as he just mentioned. But now here come the Utes the other way. It's Bynum. Bynum, backhand shot, patted away by Glaister on the breakaway opportunity. DeLeese moves it up the wall and clears the zone. Picking it up for the Sun Devils is Paige Bryan. She cuts to the middle, shot just over the net. Looked to have a little more time than she expected to have, so she just sends one towards the net. At the point now, this is DeZane. DeZane towards the net, covered as it met a couple sticks on the way by Robinson Prefontaine.
You know, Liam, I think one thing you got to give credit to is this goalie of Utah, Robinson Prefontaine. I mean, we talked about her being 6-0 and only giving up 4 goals once this season. She's given up 2 on average every game she's played, or less. So I think Utah is getting a lot of momentum from their goalie, putting on quite a performance.
I mean, Utah is getting outshot 17-3 in this second period. This is a hard period to play in if you're Robinson Prefontaine, as she has just lived in her own end, saving pucks left and right, as clearing the zone for the Utes was Charman. Arizona State able to send it right back in, though, but caught off sides. Quick whistle on the delayed offsides call. This one's going to find its way all the way back to the Arizona State end.
No, but like you said, Prefontaine's putting on quite a performance in this period especially. I mean, ASU's been rent-free in the Utah zone, but you can't even tell from the scoreboard. It's only 1-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect position to be in if you are the Utes. You get your top line out there with Zechuk, Charman, and Patterson, as Charman loses a rare faceoff in which she's been so good on today. She's going to try to dish one to the middle, but DeZane has other opinions as they head up the ice. A bouncing puck loses its way from Bray Powell's stick, and Charman dashes into the zone for the Utes. Good back check there by Powell to pick up after her turnover. Something the coach loves to see, as Arizona State able to regain the zone. Devaney rims one around Prefontaine's net. Utah gets it out of their zone. And just a lot of back and forth play coming on as of recent in the second period, as Berlemeyer tries to dice into the middle to no avail.
Yeah, since that last faceoff, I don't think anyone's really tried to, I don't think anyone's been able to get a shot off. It's been each team fighting in each neutral zone, just trying to keep it out of their zone.
Arizona State with a chance here. Sam Murphy goes behind the net. Murphy over to the middle of the ice, tries to find a backdoor pass, but seems to catch an edge. Backdoor was Kylie Brown. Kate Streak sends one to the net, and she scores! Kate Streak finds it to the right side of the pad of Robinson Prefontaine. She didn't know it went in, but she found the perfect spot. Kate Streak with her first goal on the year. The sophomore defenseman from Columbus puts one in the back of the net. The British Columbian native fires one from the point.
Right place at the right time. Being at the right place at the right time, that's how ASU has scored their last 2 goals. Against a team like Utah with a good defense, you just got to be patient, get it around, and keep taking chances.
Goal scored by number 14, Kate Streak. Streak assisted by number 24, Sam.
Seems like we're celebrating a first career goal.
Yeah.
As the Sun Devil bench is ecstatic for Kate Streak to get her first in the season and possibly of her career. Icing waved off. Behind the net is Draper to retrieve it.
Oh, I'm sure that's a once in a life experience when you get your first collegiate score in your sport you play.
Yeah, I mean, coming all the way from the British Columbia, I mean, that's a far road trip and flight itself. Kate Streak making it pay off as the Sun Devils regain possession in their neutral zone.
You know, the big thing for Arizona State right now is to dominate the puck and not give up any points now and let the period end with a shutout.
The Utes lose possession in the middle of the ice. Berlemeyer now sends one to the net, just wide. Giving her no space to shoot was Robinson Prefontaine. And now entering the zone is Greenwood. Greenwood getting some pressure on DeLeese. DeLeese able to find someone on the half wall and clear the zone. Puck battle right in front of the Sun Devil bench. An unfortunate series of events as it looked maybe Sam Murphy was trying to hop on the ice here. As Arizona State's caught with 4 guys on the ice. A 3-on-1 opportunity for the Utes. Shot towards the net, sticked away. Great defensive play by Hannah Coons, not letting a shot get on net. Chance in front of the net this time. A back checker comes in clutch is Sophie Sears. And they're forced to ice it. No change for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, that was a close call. Caught with 4 to 5 on the ice right here.
Ruby DeLeese trying to get around her net, but hard pressure as Arizona State was caught with just 4 people on the ice due to an awkward line change that had the puck right in front of their bench. Maybe a little miscommunication there as Merriweather sets up for a shot here, but DeLeese pokes it right off her stick. And DeLeese now coming up ice. She tries to hit Stoddard, but Stoddard not looking, and Utah heads right back into the zone. Hannah Coons behind her net, dances. She tries to clear. Utah showing good pressure. Carlston moves it back to the point. Madison Brent sends one to the net, tipped in front, and it hits a laying down body of Camden Harris. And DeLeese now able to get it in to the Utah zone. DeLeese with an awkward change here, and there's only 4 players again on for Arizona State. She's trying to yell for a 5th man to hop on, and which they finally do as Dezane has it on the left side wall. Dezane towards the net, bounces in front. Utah gets it and clears, and with a headman pressure coming from Catherine Zetchuk, Gleister plays it behind her net. Zetchuk trying to get a puck towards the net, but good defensive play here behind her net by Sam Murphy. Murphy's going to get it out, and that's going to end the second period of play. We will see you guys in the third period. Shots are 42-11, and it's 2-0, the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Your Sun Devils 22 shots on net.
We welcome you into the second period intermission report. Kai Denagabes is ringside with Kate Streak after her first career goal.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our intermission time. Joined alongside me, Kate Streak. Kate, first goal of the season. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. The energy on the bench is so good today. The girls are hyping me up, so I'm finally glad it happened, but it's all the girls are all hyped today, so.
Awesome. Yeah, there was a few squandered plays in those early power play situations. You guys capitalized right there. What was the main thing going into that power play that you guys were trying to focus on?
I think we've just been working a lot in practice on power play and kind of moving the puck the way we want it to go, and I think today it just really worked out in our favor. Bree's taking lots of good shots, and we're making really good passes today.
Of course, shots on goal obviously has been a huge difference maker for you guys so far tonight, but the defense from you guys has really been a standout. What's kind of been the game plan for that so far?
Yeah, I think just like lifting our heads up and making a good hockey play is definitely what we're trying to do today. The D has been really working well together. We've been gelling really well with our forwards too, so I think just making a good hard breakout pass so that we get into the zone has been really helping us today.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Kate Streak with her first goal of the season. Back to you guys over there at the desk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kai and Kate Streak, for that amazing intermission report. Kate Streak couldn't have said it better. Making heads-up hockey plays is what they have to do to keep going forward and playing even better in this game where they only allowed 4 shots last period.
Yeah, I think the difference between the first period and the second period is that the second period, it was all Arizona State. It was a lot cleaner, and they didn't make many mistakes. It was a great period of hockey to be played. Now, one thing I will mention is with how good Utah's offense is, don't let it be mistaken. They will come back firing. Yeah. So that's one thing Arizona State has to consider, that Utah's going to make their adjustments, and they know what to see from this team. And it's not going to be easy to score, so Arizona State's got to keep playing the same way and just be prepared.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the shots are 42-11 right now, but I mean, at the start of the first period and midway through, we were at an 8-6 differential ASU to Utah, but then Arizona State really pulled away. So if Utah can find that groove of hockey, they're right back in this hockey game, only down 2, the worst lead in hockey. And we're going to head back into intermission. We'll see you guys in the third period. And we welcome you back to Mountain America Credit Union Community Iceplex for the third period of play between the Utah Utes and the Arizona State University Sun Devils, as right away the Utah Utes get a quick shot towards the net off the stick of Madison Brent. That is already a fourth of the shots that they had last period.
I was going to say, I'm like, they've already had most of the action we've seen from the Utes all second period in this third period just to start. It's only been 20 seconds.
There they get another one. If they're not going to call that a shot. Just off the face-off. Losing an edge behind the play is Cameron Devaney. You don't see that pretty often.
No. Like I said, Utah was going to come out firing in that third period.
Wow, back-to-back block shots. Can't find a lane. That was Madison Brent again. 2 block shots. One from Bree Powell and the other from Berlemeyer. And Berlemeyer works it behind the net. Up at the point now. Trying to tip it was Devaney. A good look from the point. And Morgan Lavelli moves it behind her net. Puck goes up towards the Arizona State blue line. This one dumped in by Powell, excuse me. Devaney with it, with pressure. Now towards the puck is Berlemeyer. Going around her net, regaining possession is Patterson. Ashley Patterson moves it up ice to Zetchuk. Zetchuk can't find a way to get it in. And on it hard now is Kylie Brown. Brown, lots of pressure. Utah regains possession and looking to just regroup completely as Greenwood rims it around up to Emma Eichel. Arizona State just putting so much pressure on the Utes as tangled up in the corner is Labelt, and no hooking called for the Sun Devils. And Utah ices one, but it's waved off as Glaister plays it behind her net. Utah in transition. Quick shot towards the net. That was from Ella Bynum, but can't find its way to the net. If it had, that was easily a goal for the Utes.
Very close call for Arizona State.
Yeah, looks like they got away with one there. At the point now, it's Levesque. Levesque to the net. Shot, quick shot in front of the net. Big save by Prefontaine. Sophie Sears tries to go low blocker as Utah clears the zone and dumps it in.
I think you said the same thing about ASU right there. I mean, Sears picked it up and she had a great opportunity.
Yeah, just needing to find, the spot. ASU doesn't really know exactly where to put one in on Prefontaine, as both their goals. One was a shot from the blue line that Prefontaine had no idea where it was, and the first one was just a rebound goal. So ASU needing to get bodies to the net, create some coverage. Desagne now with it over the left side, shoots one. This one's blocked in front of the net. Desagne regains possession. So he's going to put it down low. This one's to Powell, or Liv Lavelle, rather. Liv Lavelle throws one to the net. Kelsey Olsen almost gets a stick on it, but Utah has it going the other way. They've got a 2-on-1 rush. Put one towards the net. Spinorama move taken down by Desagne. Now coming the other way for the Sun Devils is Liv Lavelle. Lavelle on the right side. Shot towards Prefontaine. Gloved away. Rebound kicks out, and the Sun Devils get possession yet again. This time it's Olsen. Olsen loses possession, and around her net comes Morgan Lavelli. Lavelli finds a hitman up ice, and it's Patterson. Patterson using her body in the corner, loses it to a second man for Arizona State. Devaney now off a clean breakout. She's going to try to chip one past the D. Lavelli holds the line strong, and Zacchuk coming in for the Utes. Zacchuk sends one in to Draper. Draper recovers for the Sun Devils, and yet again, Devaney chips it out.
You can't be mad at these looks ASU's had. I mean, we've had some good looks at the goal. All it takes is a few more. Maybe one of these will get in and we get lucky.
Devaney now breaking the blue line, sends one towards the middle, but picked off, coming as a back checker by Ariel Chris Carlston. And the Utes clear again. A lot of neutral zone play. It's almost been the story of this game besides the minutes where Arizona State takes over. Arizona State chips one, tries to find a stick. To no avail as Cameron Devaney sends one the length of the ice for an icing.
I mean, what do you think, Liam? I think this has been a lot more exciting of a period compared to the last period, but I think for ASU, they've been playing well. Utah's had some chances, you know. We just got to keep the pace going and, you know, give ourselves the best chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot more back and forth than the period before, as 2 shots already this period for Utah, as they had 4 all of last period. A little meeting at the bench between the ref and the Sun Devils, as maybe they snuck a player on after the icing. Wow, a whole lot of new people coming on for the Sun Devils. Sam Murphy's just trying to get out there. She saw an opportunity, but she failed. Ref caught her. And face-off won by the Utes. Shot towards the net, blocked. And Devaney just trying to get it out so she can change. She does. She finds Label. Taken away by the Utes. Transitional play here has been super key in this third period of play, as we just hit the 15-minute mark. As Addison Greenwood moves it up the boards to Bynum. Bynum trying to clear. She does not, as towards the net is Kylie Brown. She's met by the body of Clara Slack, and Arizona State yet again able to hold the line, but as may have jinxed it there, as Ketchum gets it out on the second guess. Kylie Brown into the zone for the Sun Devils. Looks in the middle of the ice. Rebound kicks out. Prefontaine gets a glove on it. Kylie Label maybe had a chance there. And with 14:25 left in the third, we're going to send it ringside to Kai.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much. We're back here at ringside. It has been a very incredible showing so far. We had the chance earlier to talk to none other than Kate Streak, who scored her first goal of the season, and she mentioned that this team's game plan going into this game has been to adjust to power play opportunities. There's a few squandered ones early on. However, it has been prevalent that this team has adjusted to that type of play style and has capitalized on those consistently.
Thank you so much, Kai, as in the break, seems like when we're getting the most action when Kai's on the mic. Breakaway chance there for Ashley Patterson as she tries to get to the backhand, and Glaister just denies her with the blocker and falls way out of her net. And another opportunity came for the Utes, but they cannot convert.
You know, the Utes had a great chance on that breakaway with 2-on-1, just couldn't get it through, and you know, ASU's got to keep applying the pressure.
The Utes are going to need to capitalize on one of these opportunities to give themselves a chance late in this game, or give them at least like a second gasp of air, as Sun Devils are off sides. They don't seem to know it, but Utah breaks it out. So no icing called, as here comes Draper, Mara Draper, excuse me, comes up across on top to the blue line, tries to hit a drop pass, but not looking was Kate Streak, not on the same page there, as Arizona State just sends one into the zone of the Utes. Draper playing some back and forth pass with Streak, back to Streak. Streak through the middle, finds the stick of Olsen. Kelsey Olsen is met at her own blue line by Madison Brent. Madison Brent playing a pretty solid game so far. She's accounted for 2 of the 4 shots this period for the Utes, as she lays a body there. That was Lavelli.
Not just on the offensive side, but also on the defensive side. You know, on the blue line, keeping the puck out of their zone and then getting a few bodies down.
Bynum, quick shot there, just blockered away by Glaister. Utah showing some energy, as a breakaway opportunity here for Paige Bryan. Tries to find the 5-hole, cannot, and she collides with the net. Able to get right back up, though.
Let's hope she is okay. That's the second time she's hit the deck today in today's game.
Getting a little help from Cameron Devaney, and she's going to skate this one off. Prefontaine stands tall again on yet another odd man rush.
It's a crazy song.
Face-off won by the Sun Devils. Puck into the corner, taking a hard fall. Was a Ute. She's still down. It's number 13, Addison Greenwood. Just took an awkward fall, hitting the deck. She's going to be able to get to the bench here. Obviously wish her the best. That was a very awkward fall. Good heads-up whistle by the referees here.
Hopefully wish nothing but the best for both players as they heal and help their team.
Face-off one, back to Devaney. Devaney's going to send one down low to Bree Powell. Powell towards the net, off the skate of Prefontaine. And she can't find it, but ASU gets it out to their point man. That's Hannah Coons. Coons holds the line and finds it to DeLise. DeLise backhands one towards the net. This one just misses wide, and coming the other way for the Utes is Merriweather. Haley Merriweather dices into the middle, but met by a back checker. Good hustle effort there by Taylor Berlemeyer, and Devaney and Berlemeyer are heading up ice together. Berlemeyer out on the right side of Prefontaine. She's going to drop one, fake drop one to Devaney, and go towards the net. Shot hit by the skate of Devaney and held in by Berlemeyer at the line. The Utes' second effort here gets it out, and Mara Draper is going to head into the zone for the Sun Devils. Quick drop past the Label. Label cuts to the middle, sticked away by Prefontaine. Label now, come to the middle of the ice. Finds a trailer. That's Kate Streak. Streak towards the net again. This one's tipped out wide by Brown. Sam Murphy now over the top. She's got speed. Murphy cutting towards the net. She's going to get a quick shot. She scores! Sam Murphy absolutely snipes it over the shoulder of Prefontaine. And it's 3-0 in favor of Arizona State.
Talking about the team captain, I think that's why they picked her. They picked somebody who's mature and patient to find a good shot and use speed on the play.
Yeah, Sam Murphy gets her 4th goal of the year. And that seems like a surprise stat to me, as she's been playing takeover this entire game. Her speed has been an absolute killer towards the Utes, as this time she's able to cut towards the net and just chips one over the shoulder of Prefontaine. Face-off one in favor of the Sun Devils, as they're going to take one behind their net. Sophie Sears with it. Sears looking for a wingman, but can't find anyone, so sends it back behind the net. And Dezained loses one on the half wall. Puck squirts out in front. But a good back-checking effort there by Sophie Sears. Able to pick up a stick in front of the net. No shot opportunity for the Utes. And behind the net again looks to be Dezained. Dezained loses it behind the net. And the Utes regain possession, but fall behind the net. And now we've got some numbers coming up for the Sun Devils. Breaking the line is Levesque. Levesque tries to make a move at the line, but Lavelli takes it right away. Lavelli now cutting through the middle. Runs into a teammate. And sends one up the ice for a breakaway opportunity, but a nice play at her own blue line by Ruby DeLise. DeLise with it again, this time taken right back away by the Utes. Puck battle going on in the corner between both the Sun Devils and the Utes, and a 2-on-1 with a late trailer opportunity for Liv Lavelle. Lavelle tries to find the trailer, cannot, as she meets the skate of Clara Slack. Puck battle in the corner, ends up on the stick of Lavelle again. The Utes look to break it out, but this heavy pressure is just leaving them so fatigued. Shot by Ruby DeLise towards the net. Quick rebound. Prefontaine covers. And the Utes can get a much-needed line change.
You know, in the beginning, we saw a lot of energy from Utah, but I think the Sun Devils started to take over in the later half of this third period.
Ruby DeLise and Hannah Coons stay out there as a defensive pair for the Sun Devils, as Coons is going to get it at the blue line off of a missed pass. A bouncer towards the net hits the blocker of Prefontaine and sends right into the corner. The Utes regain possession. Cameron Devaney picks it right back up for the Sun Devils, though. She sends it up to Coons. Coons now fires a slap shot towards the net. Hits the glove of Prefontaine again. She didn't see that one. This line is so good at creating pressure towards the net. As Utah finally clears, Hannah Coons dancing at her own blue line. Finally loses it. Madison Brent turns it over, or it's Charman, excuse me. She dices to the net and loses it eventually, being met by 3 Sun Devils. Taking it out of the zone is Bray Powell. Charman towards the net, fires one from about 50 feet out. And this is an easy save for Glaister.
We will send it ringside to Kai Janagabis.
Thank you, guys. It's been an incredible game up to this point. 7 minutes, 45 remaining. We've seen a lot, too, out of star player Sam Murphy, number 24 for Arizona State. 2 points on the night, the assist, and the late goal in this third period. The Sun Devils leading by 3. It's been an incredible game so far, but still a little bit more left to play. But we'll be back with more post-game interviews after the end of this game.
Thank you, Kai.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kai. Utah holding some strong possession in the Arizona State zone, as Arizona State right on cue clears it, and come the other way is Kylie Brown. Brown dances to the middle. She's going to leave it for Labelt. Picked back up by Brown. Brown finds Labelt again. Labelt up to the point. It's Draper. Draper walks the line, sends a slap shot. Just chipped away, finds the glove of Murphy. Murphy with a smart play there as she tries to find Brown. Brown sends one to the net. Labelt picks up the rebound off the stick save from Prefontaine. Labelt cuts back. Dancing in the middle, sticked away by Morgan Lavelli. Labelt sends it down low to Murphy. Murphy with time, tries to find Labelt again. Quick shot by Brown is saved again by Prefontaine, making her 49th save of the day. Utah clears and able to change. Utah, strong play in the neutral zone by Slack. She's going to give them an opportunity to get into the zone, and they do. Cutting to the middle is Bynan. Bynan sends it to the net. Glove save by Glaister. And now here come the Sun Devils the other way. Back and forth play has been so common in this game, but a beautiful play by Slack again, giving them an opportunity. Utah trying to send one towards the net. This one's kicked away by the Sun Devils, and later on shot by Slack, and another glove save by Glaister. We get a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Liam, I will say these last 2 shots are the best shots we've seen from Utah this period, if not the game. I mean, pretty close shots. I think if they can get a goal in, it's only two score lead. So I think ASU just has to keep playing consistently and apply the pressure and not let them score.
Couldn't agree more, as Arizona State loses possession off the faceoff that they won, but they eventually do clear the zone. Taking it out for them was Paige Bryan. She breaks the zone of the Utes. Paige Bryan is met by Addison Greenwood, sent towards the net by Bryan, and just sticked away by Prefontaine, and Arizona State dumps it right back in. Greenwood now looking for options. She's going to try the half wall, try to find her main man, Charman. Charman puts lots of pressure on, and they will get some offensive zone time. Zetchik on it hard. This one's kicked away by Camden Harris, but Arizona State able to clear, and come the other way is a shot from Claire Bolin, a name we haven't said much today. She sends one on net, blockered away by Prefontaine. Puck battle going down low between Burlmeyer and Charman. Berlemeyer is going to get it out to Ruby DeLeese with a swift move at the blue line. She's going to dance below the net now. Tries to find a stick in front, looking for Powell, but Powell gets caught up. And Zetchuk able to just clear the zone for Utah and get the puck in behind Glaister's net. Pass attempt there by Bolin, just off the skate of Berlemeyer. And now coming the other way is joining the rush, Hannah Coons. Hannah Coons breaks to the net, tries on the backhand, but loses it. Hannah Coons, a nice play, dancing into the middle, and she's going to get it right back. Tries a shot on net, bounces out to Devaney. Devaney, quick shot off the glove of Prefontaine. Prefontaine standing as tall as she can tonight. Devaney picks it off in the neutral zone. She's going to send it the length of the ice, but at the red line. So picking it up for the Utes is number 10. A lot of back and forth action behind the net. Shot from the point from Kylie Brown is shouldered away by Prefontaine and a stoppage of play.
I know that was blocked, but that was a laser straight in front of us. I couldn't even see the puck. I just saw the goalie.
That's the best part about Kylie Brown's game is her beam of a shot that she has. And don't let her get a slap shot off because that is even harder to stop as a quick shot from Kylie Leibold is saved by Prefontaine.
I mean, Liam, that does make sense. She is like the leading goal scorer for ASU.
Yeah, Kylie Brown is a dependable player for ASU, and she gets a slap shot off there, but this one just goes over the net. Right on cue as Murphy picks it up behind the net. She's going to pass one to Leibold. Leibold to Brown. Brown tries to dish one to the middle, but Draper unable to get it as Devaney is bodied at the, or excuse me, Murphy's bodied at the blue line. She's still down. Draper with it now. Murphy able to get back up and skate to the bench. Good sign for the sake of Murphy as she is grabbing maybe her left arm. And the Sun Devils look to break out.
Hopefully Murphy is okay. She took a big hit against the boards right in front of us.
Yeah, she goes back and takes a quick seat on the bench. Hopefully just catching her breath and getting ready for the next shift, if there is one, with 2:35 left as Utah holds some offensive zone pressure. Leibold moves it to the middle. She finds Draper, but pushed off sides. And an unlucky collision between Draper and Brent. We're going to get another look here at the hit on Murphy. We'll see exactly, yeah, maybe an elbow there as she collides hard with the glass. Hoping the best for Sam Murphy as she is a key player to this Arizona State team as the puck comes behind the Utah net. A lot of pressure brought late game for ASU as they have 3 people behind the net. Later realize it and get a third man high, but 2-on-2 rush coming here for the Utes. Breaking the zone is Haley Smith. She cuts to the middle, sends one towards the net. Net falls off as she trips up into Glaister. A nifty move there by Haley Smith as you get another look at it here. Just cuts right to the middle, a smooth toe drag. Get another shot on net, and which is their 10th of the period. They wish that they could add 3 periods with this amount of shots, and they would have a much more successful day on Glaister.
I think it's a good rush. I think it's a good time to rest as the net goes off the mornings as there's a new face-off in their zone.
Utah wins this face-off. Another big win for Charman. She has been dominant in the face-off circle as she is tied up later on with Hannah Coons. Just a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. Maybe trying to draw a penalty for a late game goal. Charman now back to the face-off circle. Charman loses this face-off. This one's won by Liv Lavelle, and Arizona State able to clear the zone 1:40 left in this game. Back in for the Utes is Zeschuk. She finds Charman. Charman back to Harris. Harris back to Charman. Shot towards the net. Patted away by Glaister as Arizona State regains possession as they chip it up their wall, trying to clear the zone. Not holding the line. Questionable play. It was Madison Brent, but the Utes put it right back in, trying to get a late spark and at least get a goal on the board. Here comes Charman, cutting towards the net. Picked off by Paige Bryan. She clears. Utah coming with fresh bodies. This time, Brent gets it in deep. Holding the line, but just a little bit offsides, is Ella Biden. Offsides called. 47.8 left in the third.
You know, Utah's got a few shots off, but ASU's defense has stood tall, and you know, it's a great monumental win for ASU. I mean, after that weekend series, taking 2 of 3 and a big win against Utah Wednesday.
Quick shot towards the net there from Kendall Ketchum. Just misses, and 35 seconds left, down to the 30-second mark. Arizona State just trying to clear, get the least amount of shots on Glaister as they can. Another one comes here. This one's blockered away and sent out of play. .5 left to go in the third period. We see Sam Murphy take her line back out there, a great sign for the Sun Devils as she heads back to the face-off circle, which is one of her best aspects of her game. She ties up this face-off. This one goes in favor of the Utes. She's going to be able to get this one out. Sam Murphy with Brown. Brown back to the middle, looks for Murphy's stick, can't find it. 10 seconds left. Shot coming from Kate Streak. We'll call it a fake shot as she sends it down low to Murphy. 3 seconds left. Murphy just holds it on the wall. 2-1, and that'll do it for tonight's game. Arizona State prevails over the Utes as they have a 3-0 win, out shooting them 57-23. What a game.
An exciting game. I think ASU played really well. In that first period, it was pretty close. ASU looked like they struggled a little bit, regrouped, and found some way to be better. In the second, it was all ASU. In that third period, Utah came out shooting it, but ASU was able to sustain the pressure from Utah and score another goal and keep the shutout. I think this is big for Glaister. I would say it's their 4th win in the last 4 games, so yeah.
Yeah, Maya Glaister able to get back-to-back shutouts is something you don't see too often. That's 6 straight shutout periods for Maya. She's had a great break coming in from last weekend after facing a tough opponent in Lake Superior State. The freshman netminder is able to up her wins to 6 on the season and is just slowly bumping her save percentage up and her goals against average down as Arizona State prevails again in a whopping 57-23 shooting deficit. We're going to send it now rink wide to Kai later on with a post-game interview with who he believes is the first star of the game. But for now, we'll call it from the studio, and we'll see you after a break. Cool.
Oh. I don't know how to preview the game. They're 0-15. It was 0-15, so I'm like,
Mountain America Credit Union Community Iceplex. We're going to send you rink wide with the first star of the game, Maya Glaister.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Community Iceplex. What a game it was for the Arizona State Sun Devils in a 3-0 victory over the Utah Utes. Joined alongside me is Maya Glaister. Back-to-back shutout nights for you. How are you feeling?
It feels amazing. Yeah, definitely team effort. So I'm hoping to keep this going for the rest of the semester and take home a championship.
Gotcha. What's been some of the adjustments you feel like you've made over this past week that's kind of helped excel you in your game?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's all in the team. I think coming out on and off the ice every day and supporting one another just truly helps our team build, and yeah, overall just makes us better athletes and better people. So.
For sure. Again, great winning streak that you guys have going on, especially to 57 shots on goals, 23 for Utah. What's kind of been the main mindset for you guys over these past couple weeks, especially now going forward, getting into some more competitive play?
Yeah, just taking it one game at a time. Each game is so important in the last little run. So yeah, just taking it one game at a time, trying to build up one goal at a time, and just taking it from there.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. My name's Kai Genagabis, and we will see you guys another time after a huge Arizona State victory.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kai and Maya. I mean, 3-game win streak, that's no fluke. They won 2 against Lake Superior State, and then obviously the one in tonight's game. They have outscored opponents 12-2 in that span, having a really good path. But now let's look towards the future. Tanner, what do you have for their next upcoming games?
They come back on Thursday, February 5th, February 6th, playing Lindenwood. I think those are games that they can easily win. You know what's exciting is that we got 2 rivalry games. We play Grand Canyon University twice, and then we play the way we started playing U of A. And I know U of A has got some motivation in their system after their first 2 games against us and how we won. So I know, honestly, with this Arizona State team, I think it's very balanced with Edinger and Glaister. The momentum with Glaister we've seen, even though Edinger couldn't play today. There's a lot of balance, and you don't know who could play, who could score, who could play well on this team. I think we could end the season undefeated, if not win most of these games. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. And anything else you want to add, Liam?
I mean, it's definitely something to go for, saying Edinger and Glaister, excuse me, they are just had 1-1. I mean, they are just the 1-2. You can't even call it a 1-2 punch. They are just both a 1-1 punch.
Like a 1A, 1B type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. As obviously Arizona State looks to end the season strong with hopefully 8 straight wins, as they have GCU and University of Arizona after Lindenwood University. Those are 2 rivalry matchups. That's going to wrap it up for us here at Mountain America Credit Union Community Iceplex. I have been Liam Cohen, joined alongside Tanner Buck. We will see you next time against Lindenwood.